Kelly grills Donald Trump about COVID, and somehow Trump ended up sounding more reasonable than Megyn Kelly. Fascinating. Here it is.
For years, you've been saying that the reason you didn't fire Anthony Fauci was because he'd been there for a long time, that you would have taken heat, that it would have created a firestorm, quoting your words. Then for the first time in May.
I also said I didn't listen to him too much.
I'm getting there. But then in May, you started saying, well, he's a civil servant, so I couldn't technically. The truth is, though, not only did you not fire Fauci, who is loathed by many, millions of Republicans in particular, but also some Democrats.
By the way.
You made him a star. You made him a star. This is the criticism of you, that you made him the face of the White House coronavirus task force.
You think so?
That he was out at every presser, that he was running herd for the administration on COVID, and that you actually gave him a presidential commendation before you left office. Wouldn't you like a do-over on that?
I don't know who gave him the commendation. I really don't know who gave him the commendation.
Presidential commendation, one went out to Mark
Somebody
Milley,
probably handed him a commendation. But let me just tell you about Fauci. Fauci was very important in the Biden administration, much less important. If you know, he didn't want to stop China. He wanted to let everyone come in from China. I stopped it. I overrode it. I overrode many of the things he did. He was much less important to me. Now, with that all being said, he's been there for years. He was respected. He lost a lot of the respect because of COVID, but he was respected. And on COVID, if you know what I did, I let the governors run their states. And many of the governors opened up their states. Some of them didn't.
Okay, now that seemed like a typical Republican and Trump disagreement. Typical, right? Except for the part where Trump doesn't know how a person got a presidential commendation, even though he was president at the time. Here's more.
Wouldn't you like to go back and try to clip his wings? This guy was pushing mask mandates on us. He wanted the most extreme measure at every turn.
Okay, look, I'm not one that blames a system that if you're civil service or if you have some other protection that you can't get fired, because I've done things that are a lot worse than that.
You're big on the firing.
So yeah, I fired a lot of people. I fired Comey. And that was one of the great firings. I fired Comey, and then I fired a lot of other people in the FBI, and they were great firings because the deep state, and they were at work, and they were not good people. But I was not a big fan of Fauci. If you look at Ron DeSanctimonious, this guy said the greatest things. I can give you articles that, well, Fauci's great, he's wonderful, we love him, we don't do anything without Fauci. This went on for months.
But he didn't listen to Fauci.
He did 100%. Look,
he shut down Florida.
I will give you. He shut down Florida
for a month.
Oh, he shut it down for a lot longer.
Okay, all right, it's getting comical, but listen, I promise you, there's more. Here's the thing. So Donald Trump is the guy who did, in fact, validate not only Fauci and then try to play politics with it. He also doubled down on the requirement of vaccines. These are facts. Here's another one.
Some didn't shut down at all.
Operation Warp Speed, though.
Yeah.
That was on the vaccines. They were rushed through. They have helped, but also hurt a lot of people. And your White House actually supported mask mandates. So wouldn't you like a do-over on any of that?
Look, when this came in, nobody knew what the hell it was. It sounded like an ancient, pandemic. You thought that was from 200 years ago or from 1917. We never thought you'd have a pandemic. Nobody had any idea. As far as the vaccine's concerned, you had the original COVID, and the vaccine had an impact on that. And there are some people, I will tell you, some friends of mine that are Democrat, I think they voted for me, but they're Democrat, very smart people, top people. They say, I don't understand one thing. Why don't you talk more about the vaccine? It was one of the greatest things you've ever done. Now think of that. They say to me, and I say, I'm not going to talk about it one way or the other. First of all, no mandates. I don't want mandates. I never had mandates. But Florida sort of had a mandate because they were giving the vaccine. They were demanding everybody take the vaccine. That's another thing. But no mandates, no anything. I didn't demand anybody take it. But I have people on the other side, not my side, although probably there's some on my side too. They said, you saved 100 million people because I got it done in 9 months as opposed to 5 years to 12 years. A lot of people.
You're proud of it.
No, I'm not proud of it. I'm saying what Democrats think. Democrats.
I get it. I mean, and I'm not somebody who denies some of the good that the vaccines did. I lived through that too. But of course, a lot of people have been vaccine injured. And that's one of the questions. Those people are mad that they were rushed through and that they can't sue.
Well, I never gave mandates, and people have to make up their own, make their own decision. As far as I'm concerned.
Correction, they are equally as irrational. He's having trouble answering simple questions from a person who believes Jesus and Santa Claus are white men, according to her. Let's put it up full mass. Megyn Kelly did the impossible, tried to have an adult conversation with Donald Trump. Let me give you facts about the vaccine and vaccine reactions. While some Americans have seen an adverse reaction to the vaccine, which is normative to vaccines, the number of vaccine injured, as they utilize the terminology, is small, very small fraction of the millions that have died or been hospitalized because of COVID itself. Despite a campaign to undermine the vaccine that has grown in popularity on the right, the vaccine remains overwhelmingly safe and effective against COVID. And the chances of death or severe illness with COVID are significantly higher for the unvaccinated than the vaccinated. I want to say this on a personal note. I sit on the board of directors for a major hospital. I look at those numbers on a regular basis. Individuals who have the vaccine, they don't die. They live. Virtually what the numbers are now. Those who do die from COVID, for the most part, 8.3 out of 10 will not have a vaccination at all. That's called science. Just looking at the facts as they are. All right, Sharon, thoughts here.
First, Dr. Richey, respectfully, I have to ask you not to play any more of his answers there because I'm so confused. He's impossible at this point, no matter who you are, whether it's Santa Claus is white interviewing him or somebody else. It is just outlandish. I also think that I have to wonder sometimes if Megyn Kelly really is this radicalized or if it's a result of her being scorned with her termination and ridicule from others. But I don't know that it's even worth interviewing Donald Trump anymore because he doesn't seem to pay any consequence for these bumbling answers that are all over the place and swing left to right on the pendulum. I'm so confused. Please, Dr. Richey, is there more? I need to come with a warning.
No, that's it. And we will do that in the future, Sharon. We'll go ahead and put the warning sign up.
Thank you so much.
Warning, dumbass answers coming.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
That's how we'll do it. All right.
Yeah.